Hey everybody, the other day I mentioned that I wanted to make a peanut butter pie, and the reason why I'm making this dessert is for a blogger named Jenny who recently lost her husband. Many of her readers asked how they could help her during her time of need, and Jenny responded by posting something really unique. She wrote about her husband's favorite peanut butter pie and asked if everyone could recreate this dessert, share it with someone, and then let them know how much they mean to you. So I don't know Jenny, but after reading her post, I really wanted to show Jenny that she's not alone and that people are thinking of her all over the world. So to start the peanut butter pie process, I went to my local supermarket in Monza, Italy, and I had a little bit of trouble finding some of the products mentioned in her blog. You can find her recipe at injennysKitchen.com. However, if you're in Italy like myself and you want to try to get the same ingredients or something almost similar, here's a list of products that I bought at my local supermarket. Okay, so for the crust, you need to start with 225 grams of the digestives. Now, I was going to use the food processor, blender, whatever you want to call it, to crush these, but mine's not working today. So what I'm going to do is the old-fashioned way by putting them in a plastic bag and then beat them with a wooden rolling pin. And then once I'm done beating them with a rolling pin, I am going to add 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Make sure your Ziploc bag is complete. Are you ready? Now, after this is done, I'm going to melt the butter, combine it with the graham crackers, and then I'm going to place them into the little containers that I purchased. So I just finished putting the graham crackers into the containers, and it was a little bit difficult because I didn't have a springform pan, and I just used normal plastic and metal containers to hold the graham crackers. So I'm really hoping that it comes out alright. I put them in the fridge, and now I'm moving on to the cream. I put 250 grams into this, and I'm going to try to blend it with my little tool here. And if I mess up and cause a huge mess, I bought this, and I think that it could save me. So let's see what happens. Screw this in really, really tight because I don't want cream all over me. Okay. And let's wish for the best. I'm hoping it'll fluff up into cream after a few minutes, but I really don't know if it'll do it. So let's see. It's cream, guys. Look. Can you see it? This is really exciting. I've never made this before. So the recipe says to just put this in the fridge and come back to it when you need it. Okay, so step 3 is a little bit complicated for me, so I'm hoping that I do this right. In Jenny's kitchen, she says to add cream cheese, and she also says to add a cup of peanut butter, and let's mix this. I'm really glad that I didn't videotape that because the lid flew off and went crazy. But I've gotten the peanut butter and the cream cheese to look relatively fluffy. So now it's time to add in the confectionery sugar. I have a problem though because this has 1 speed and it's supposed to be slow, so I'm contemplating whether to actually mix this in by hand or just wing it. Let me see what happens. Now we're going to add the vanilla and the condensed milk and the lemon. I really wish that I had the vanilla extract from Williams-Sonoma that my mom always uses because it's so good. I'm like addicted to the smell, but I have vanilla powder in Italy. Now it calls for a teaspoon of lemon, so I'm just going to squeeze. And this is the condensed milk that I have here. I really don't even know if it's the right thing, but I'm really hoping it works. We'll see what happens. So far it tastes good. Okay, so now I'm just mixing literally everything together with a knife because I'm really limited on supplies. It's depressing, but whatever. So I'm not going to turn on the blender because I'm actually scared that it'll explode everywhere, even though I have a top. I just don't trust it. Now Jenny says that I'm going to combine the whipped cream to the mixture. Once this is done, all I have to do is pour it into the cups, and then I'll show you what we made. So here they are. They've been cooled overnight and they took a little bit to set, so I actually put them in the freezer and that helped speed up the process. Now they look a little plain, so I thought that we could make them a little bit more special by adding fresh whipped cream. I had a little bit of leftover panna heavy cream from yesterday, so I just add a little bit of sugar, put it in the blender just like we did yesterday, and now it's time to put the whipped cream on top. You ready? Awesome. So now that we've finished, I'd like to dedicate this post to Jenny. I had a lot of fun making this recipe and it was really simple, really easy, really delicious. I hope you have the time to recreate this and share it with somebody you love.